Dulce Prenda, our sweet jewel. How old Kapampangans created a special pastry for Our Lady of La Naval by Erlita P. Mendoza. Bacolor, the Kapampangan center of arts and culture for many centuries, is the original home of the Dulce Prenda, arguably one of Pampanga's oldest homegrown delicacies. In its heyday, Dulce Prenda took center stage and was prepared by the best-kept family cooks and preeminent private bakers. By tradition, it was invented in a Kapampangan Bacolor kitchen after the feast of La Naval de Bacolor was instituted in 1786 as a special pastry to honor Our Lady on her fiesta. It became the custom of the Kapampangans to bake biscuits for their saints, for they have since, around the year 1614, become dedicated observers and proficient makers of the panecillos de San Nicolas, or San Nicolas to the Kapampangans, the biscuit bearing the saint's imprint, in the tradition of the bread of San Nicolas de Tolentino, patron of the Augustinians who were the cura parrocos, or parish priests of the Kapampangans. Among the locals, one provenance of the name refers to some Kapampangans who sold the pastries to the Spaniards and Spanish speakers in the area during the colonial period. The would-be buyers were approached by the sellers and offered the goods in broken Spanish, so that the name or phrase Dulce, Prenda was supposed to have meant, "Please buy these sweets." Still another version links the pastry to the influence of the Chinese who fled the Manila Massacre in the 1600s and came to Guagua, Bacolor, then San Fernando, and Angeles. Some say that it was the Chinaman's hopia, or sweet cake, that influenced the making of the Dulce Prenda, and so it also became known as hopiang Kapampangan. But the old Kapampangans did not pattern the Dulce Prenda as round, thick, and flaky like their Chinese namesake. Instead, it is the concept of the filled sweets that the locals adopted, and thus made their Dulce Prenda a filled pastry. The author's study on this Kapampangan pastry shows that Dulce Prenda is in fact a phrase name derived from the lines of the much-loved hymn of Despedida a la Virgen, traditionally sung during the feast of Our Lady of La Naval. When the La Naval was instituted in Bacolor, the Despedida became a main feature of the church's musical repertoire. By extension, when the cooks and the bakers were fashioning a new sweet for the feast of Our Lady, they found no better name to call it by except Dulce Prenda. Like the San Nicolas, the dough of the Dulce Prenda is made of uraro, or arrowroot flour, coconut milk, egg yolk, and sugar. The filling is made of grated kundol, the winter melon, or white gourd, which in the Spanish period flourished in Bacolor during October, November, and December. The town was long considered as the vegetable and fruit basket of Pampanga, and the rich harvest of the kundol in the last quarter of the year made it possible for the Bacoloreños to bake this delicacy exclusively during the La Naval in November. The traditional Bacolor recipe for the filling used minced kundol, egg yolks, sugar or condensed milk, and talayap or local lemon rind, prepared and combined ahead of time, then cooled to room temperature. A hardwood board with intricately carved flowers, especially designed by Bacoloreños and hand-carved by master Betis artisans, serve as the mold for the top crust of the pastry when it is assembled and baked. A Dulce Prenda pastry is about the size of a palm of a hand. It takes the shape of a fine lady's locket with a delicate jewel or portrait. In this case, a sugary, delectable, crunchy filling, carefully hidden inside, until this precious secret is revealed at the first small savory bite. Its top crust features a floral motif, a rose design, the cameo that symbolizes Mary, the Lady of the Rosary. The similarity between the richly embroidered floral, bejeweled swirls that adorn Our Lady's vestments and the roseate design of the Dulce Prenda is the second link in the now very faded connection of the Manila and the Bacolor traditions. Such is a hallowed illumination that reaches across the centuries to reveal to us the ethereal media of Our Lady's artists. Dough, fruit, and sugar for the baker, while sumptuous silk and gold thread for the vestment maker. Yet, one and the same in their veneration and devotion for the Mother of God.